Oh, I'm gonna let that one go because I could really, yeah.
Is that the Green Dragon on Classic Radio Roundup?
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. I was down here doing some emails and surfing the internet, and I sent something to Bagger, which I thought, he would really like to have. But he said I should come here, and I said I can reach over, but then he wanted me to get up out of my chair and change my mode dial, and oh my God, that was hard.
Yeah, well, now I got to watch out for the three horsemen of the apocalypse. I mean, crazy things happen, and here it is. It's happening.
I was waiting for people to show up. I thought it was going to be a quiet night ride.
Start blowing everybody out of their seats.
Yeah, well, at least we don't have any skipland noise making a mess of things.
Well, hold that
thought. Some kind of solar flare or solar storm or something going on.
Well, that's good. That'll suppress those nasty little skiplanders. Basically, the mirror scenario right now, which is normal for me, and there's no wind, so it ain't moving. So anyway, knock on wood, I think I fixed your courier's noise problem.
Oh, well, that's good news.
Yeah, there was a channel on cap in the mic circuit. And as soon as I saw that, I went like, the channel caps are very finicky. And so I replaced it with an electrolytic. And so far, it doesn't seem to be, I don't see any staticky noise in there anymore, so. And I replaced the mic jack. I managed to get the front panel off. I managed to get that one knob that wouldn't budge. And I managed to finally, I went out and got another tool, and this one fit in a little tighter, and I got the screw loose and got the front panel off, and I replaced the mic jack.
Oh, well, that's more effort than I was looking for.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I did that because I didn't know the mic jack was the source of the noise. Because if you move the mic plug around a little bit, it would generate static too. And so I had to eliminate that as a cause.
I said. Well, yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to remove all that. That seemed like way too much trouble. And then I didn't have a proper replacement. And zip ties solved it. If the zip ties didn't solve it, I may have been forced to do something else.
Swap some radios. Well, I wouldn't say it solved it, but it made it livable. You just have to be careful not to move the mic jack around. Because you do it, and then it gets crunchy.
Well, yeah. Well, I plugged it in and left it plugged in.
Yeah, as long as you're not moving the mic around, you should be okay. But yeah, it seems to be doing its thing, as far as I can tell, anyway.
Is that it now?
Yeah.
Sounds really good on the SBE Trinidad.
Oh well, yeah, you got all that fidelity. That nice hollow cabinet there,
Yeah, that sounds really nice coming through to Trinidad.
I wanted to give this thing a good workout and make sure that the noise problem's done, because if that's the case, I can give it back to you.
Yeah, and then you can start working on the Demco.
Oh, the Travelier, yeah.
Yeah, that's only a receive problem.
Well, every problem's a problem, whether it's transmit, receive, or otherwise.
Well, it works on the transmit fine. Just receive is weak as Well, it's audio. It's either audio or receive, and I'm not quite sure which one.
Yeah, I gotta fire it up and see. Yeah. So that's easy. You have to determine with the signal generator whether you actually have a weak receiver or just a weak audio stage.
Yeah, that radio is kind of rare, so it makes it cool.
I forget, did we find a schematic for that?
Online, I did. Yep.
Okay.
I may have even printed it out somewhere. Or maybe I didn't. But I know I did find one.
Wake up there, Frank. We're not ignoring you.
I'm working here. I'm trying to keep my fingers out of Microsoft Project. Because that's not my problem. I have other people to do that. I'm just looking at what they have here. And I want to shorten that schedule by like 4 weeks, but I'm going to have a meeting about that tomorrow. So I'm not going to do it myself because everybody's going to scream. I'm going to let them do it. That's their problem.
Quarter after 8, when are you still working?
That's what I was going to say. It's past working hours. I know you're a working guy like me, you know, where there's some guys who have no working hours at all, them retired guys, but it's well past working hours.
Well, see, that's exactly why I'm working, because I have to pay their Social Security so they can, like, stay home and go to the doctor and, you know, get their Medicare and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm still doing this kind of nonsense. Plus, my wife wants to spend my money, so got to keep it going.
Well, that's good.
Tell her to spend her own money.
I tried that, but that didn't go very well. I got the short end of the stick on that one.
Yeah, we all got to have groceries.
Yeah, there you go, Pete. I actually, I had threatened I was going to buy myself a new two-wheeler, a Pan American, or a BMW GS 1250, but I was told I can't do that.
Well, I already had the argument, and I'm not buying a new bike until the new BSA is imported into North America. Then I'm buying one of those. I already had that argument. She already screamed and hollered and jumped up and down about it. And I already said it's going to happen when it shows up. So until it shows up, I'm not getting it. But when it does, I am.
There you go. Well, I have a game plan for how I'm going to do it yet. Got to wait a little bit, but let's put it this way. It's in sight. It's in sight. It's going to be the same way. It's going to show up and it'll be in the garage.
You get a pretty good score.
Yeah, I'm good with the bike that I have until that one's available, and I want it. I'm going to get it. We've already had the argument about it.
Now, see, if I did it, there would be a new bang bang that would appear in this house. Wouldn't be mine. I would not allow them to be able to use it. But still, but we've come to a decision here. No toys, no new toys for a while until other things change here. The surroundings change, and then we can renegotiate the game of toys.
The cable that goes out there to the rotor, that's out there on the antenna.
I might have been a little premature in my skipland assessment.
There's in here.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
I won't speak your word. You know where it comes from.
Oh yeah, it can come from both directions. It just depends on
Oh, I have a freaking noise level.
unplugged in here.
I think I was premature in my skipland assessment.
Yeah. When I told you, when I come in here, it's not going to take take long, and the downgetters are going to appear, and there they are.
Anyway, they got me.
10-4. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, well, at least it's not wild and crazy and all out of control. It's just a couple.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they're not in there waving and talking about how many pounds and ounces they're giving you.
fixing it.
Yeah. I know what saved my butt a few times.
Where is Wayne?
I had a big old transformer right across the street from me, behind the grocery store, and that thing collected lightning like he was reaching out for money.
10-4.
He got me one time, and then my neighbor was over across the front of the store. He got it probably 7 times. Knocked everything out he had.
Well, that would get old pretty quick, wouldn't it?
Yep. It did. He was 7 foot tall.
I'll be back. I got to go run upstairs to the conference room real quick.
Conferences. Oh no.
Well, it's a conference room with a ceramic seat in it.
I gotta go see a man about a horse. Okay.
Well, in your case, maybe, but in my case, that's the conference room. See, since I'm still working, see, there are a couple of people out there, like Pete said, you know, retired people that I need to keep on supporting so they can receive their but they need to pay their fair share in taxes too, so we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
What is your fair share of something someone else has earned?
Yeah. Well, you know the answer to that, Pete, don't you?
Yeah, more.
Well, you know, some places are more prone to lightning. Maybe it's got more minerals in the ground.
Yeah, that's why we get up in the morning. So get up a little bit later. All right. Got to hurry to the conference room. I'm getting late.
Blows their transformer out. I don't know why, but it does it all the time.
Yeah. Turning Chinese you are. Do that.
Yeah, and it makes her so mad because when it does it, it sends a surge through everything she's got. It's done blow her water heater up 2 or 3 times. It's done. She got a jacuzzi, keeps blowing it up, and she got a big catfish pond. It's got a big fountain in the middle of it.
That's close enough. Something like that, anyway.
It's amplitude modulation. It's almost like horseshoes, hand grenades, and thermonuclear devices. Close is good enough.
Same place. Yeah, that's true. They always say never let the pursuit of perfection mess up what's good enough.
Take us over my aunt's house, and she lived way out in the country. And we used to go out there and go cow fields and play out there. There was a big old sinkhole that everybody just would dump stuff in that sinkhole for years and years and years. And I would get down there and find all these glass bottles that were all dumped all the time.
Yeah, radio. You gotta watch some of.
Oh yeah, I was just a little kid. I didn't know no better. That was a fun place for me.
Yeah, it started up again. I dumped a bunch of rocks in. I got the central down there in Florida.
Yeah, there's lots of them in Florida too, because that old rock, it eats away because it's softer, I guess.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Are you hearing me okay?
Calm down.
I'm on my
Get back up again.
so I'm pointed. I'm not pointed towards you. I'm pointed toward like if I was talking to you, joint.
Yeah, that's right.
Came out of the conference room. My wife got the tube on, watching some kind of a news program. Very unusual. So I took off running down here as quickly as I could because I don't want to hear any of that.
Yeah, especially when you can't even trust what they're broadcasting anymore.
Yeah, well, what broadcasts here is sometimes just as bad when you hear them down getters in there, man.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm jealous. But anyway, bud, have a good one. If we don't hear you again.
Now, well, so much for the solar flare.
Yeah, maybe that doesn't affect E-skip so much.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the E layer of the ionosphere is different than the F layer, but it's still the ionosphere. And you would think that it would have some effect.
Yeah, I think they're affected differently by different things. Not 100% certain of that, but mostly certain. Different things charge up the E layer that have no effect on the F, and vice versa.
Yeah, 40 meters was not as active. That's what I was listening to before. Signals were down quite a bit. Stations that I know give me a certain poundage on the meter. They were down quite a bit, and I switched over to 20 to look for something, and man, it was dead like here. And I heard that starting to pick up. I went to 14247, where there's a lot of DX in there, and I heard that starting to pick up, and then I heard the downgetters here, man.
Yeah, well, E-skip and F-skip are affected by different things, and E-skip don't really go down below 12 meters, not that I'm aware of. So it's a whole different thing. Yeah, we're in some kind of solar storm right now, so regular HF, I suspect, is disturbed. And speaking of which, a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, I was scanning around 10 meters, doing some antenna checking out on things and whatever. And I worked Scotland. It was on single sideband, but Scotland on 10 meters. I was like, woohoo! And the reason I even went looking, because I pointed the beam towards Europe just to see if I could hear that shortwave station in Denmark at 25.8, and I could hear it. So then I went to 10 meters and worked Scotland.
Did you use the PDL or did you use the TA33?
The PDL, the TA33 wasn't up yet.
That was before you put it up. Okay.
Yeah, I did that on Monday. I guess this was Sunday. Yeah, Monday I put up the TA33 after I went and looked at Doug's, I'm going to use the term loosely, antenna.
Well, we don't want to be too critical here, but what did you find?
Well, he's using crappy brown stuff, all twisted up upon itself, laying on the ground, some of it buried. I'm like, well, first of all, that ain't good. But he's using some kind of weird, wire, like it's like 4 conductor wire or something like that, encased in a, flat plastic, whatever, so it's flat. There's 4 conductor wire, and what he's doing is he's feeding the pair. It goes all the way to the other end, and then he shorts it out to the next pair on either end, back in again, and then connect it to the next one, and then back out again and back in again. If you're following that.
Yeah, it sounds like 4 conductor rotor cable.
Yeah, it's not that though. It's some other kind of wire I had never seen before. It's a flat, wide, flat. I don't know, but it's for conductor. And I never seen anybody build an antenna to work like that. So I don't know. He is able to tune it up on all the bands, but 160. But man, I can't even imagine how that's working out.
That's really blasting. What did the VNA say?
The VNA said it's good at like 4 megahertz and change. Where else? I don't know. There was a few places. It was good at was it 13 something, 22 something, around 30 megs. That's where the dips were. So that's why you could tune it. And there was nothing down below like 4 megs. It was just nothing there. So I don't know what kind of capacitance, reactance, weirdness is going on with wire that close together, going back and forth upon itself. I don't even know. I don't even know how to compute that in my head.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting a mental picture of when he was describing it. It was going out, coming back. It was like zigzagging. And I'm thinking, folded dipole kind of thing maybe, but that's even stranger.
Yeah, it's not even folded dipole. And initially I was thinking there was actually space between the wire, not, like this flat molding, like maybe a half an inch. So all them wires are right next to each other. So it's going up and back and up and back and up and back internally, I don't know. It obviously works because it works. But to make it work on 160, I don't know how to make that thing work on 160.
Where are you guys at out there with all
You would just need to add another, instead of 4 conductor, it needs 5 or 6 conductor, and a little more wire.
Yeah, I guess that might work, But I wouldn't even know how to model something like that. I've never seen anybody build an antenna doing that. And I don't know. I mean, I've seen, using like that flat rotor cable, like the Radio Shack kind or whatever, making fan dipoles out of and stuff, but never nothing like that.
How about that? I've seen stuff similar to that, with folded dipoles for people who are space challenged or real estate challenged, and people were putting them in their attics and whatnot. But yeah, not like that. It goes up and it's a dipole when it goes out and back. But yeah.
Pete, their hand wavers are calling for you. All right.
You don't care.
What?
Yeah, I'm busy on a topic right now. I ain't got time to shoot skip. Yeah, well, and I know, like, I mean, it's hard to argue with results because he gets results and it works and he uses it. But his ladder line is like just laying in a pile on the ground, and some of it's buried, and it's all laying on top of itself, all this excess. I'm like, I know that can't be good. I mean, it's got to be loss involved, and I don't know. And he's using an auto tuner too. I'm like, grown auto tuner. Maybe with a real manual tuner, you might be able to get some more out of it. But auto tuner,
Yeah. Unshielded open wire feed line like that does not like to be lying on the ground or buried in the ground. The best bet is to leave it hanging and make it as short as possible.
Yeah, well, if he makes it short as possible, it's going to be really short. It'd be maybe 20 feet of it, maybe. So that's what I said. I said, I don't know. I mean, you'd get rid of all that stuff laying on the ground and just have it in the air, and it'll probably still work the same, or at least as far as tuning goes. But, man, you can't be having that all laying on the ground. I mean, it just, I don't know. It made my brain hurt.
I guess he's driving it with a 4-to-1 balun?
Yeah, he's got coax from the shack out to a 4-to-1 balun hanging on a tree trunk about a foot off the ground. And then his ladder line comes off of that, probably, I don't know how much ladder line, maybe 50 feet or 40 feet, something like that, a ladder line, which most of that's on the ground.
Pennsylvania weighted. Yeah, that's not a good thing. Yeah, you need to get that up in the air. And, well, you should. Yeah, you know more than anybody. You know how to work that. As a matter of fact, if you're feeding a dipole or something similar to one, you want it to be at a 90-degree angle to the antenna.
Well, it's 90 degrees the antenna. I mean, he has it going up to the dipole, or whatever you call that thing that he's got. For lack of a better description, it's a dipole, I guess. I wouldn't call it a folded dipole either, but I don't know what the hell to call it. But I mean, it's up at a decent height and, strung like a traditional dipole, but all that ladder line on the ground, like, yeah, the only thing I could say is he uses it, it works, and he can tune it. So it's kind of hard to argue against what he's got going on there, but yeah, in my mind, balance line feeders, you got to take a little bit of care. I mean, even Wayne's got some stuff in there that makes me cringe with his, but it's not near as bad as what Doug's got going on. But then, again, it's hard to argue with the fact that he does use it, it works to a degree.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with success. If it's going to work, then he's doing something far better than what I'm doing. So, hopefully, he cleans up that, crappy brown stuff and shortens it a little bit and doesn't leave so much of it lying on the ground. That's probably would do a little bit better then.
Yeah, he's got to have some loss involved and some, weird impedances or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's like, I mean, all these things I'm saying, how bad it is. And again, my mind's arguing with itself, but he has success with it. So how bad is it really? Like, I don't know, in my mind, it laying all on the ground on top of itself, some of it buried. I don't know, like it kind of made my brain hurt.
How far up is the actual dipole in the air?
Like 40 feet.
All right, I originally had about 70 foot of one up, and the squirrels got to the apex, dropped it down to about 35, 40 feet somewhere in there. It became more a cloud burner on 160 than anything else. I had roughly about 20, 25 feet of the 450 ohm line lying on the ground. I just cut it off and re-terminated it, and off we went. And yeah, it worked, not as well as it did before, but it was more cloud burning than anything else.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with cloud burning if that's your intention. Like my RG6 fed 40 meter dipole that's 10 feet off the ground.
Yeah, mine originally was on 160, and I was doing really good DX with it, even in Europe. The way, it wasn't really set up for Europe, but that's how it was working. And when the squirrels got to it and dropped it down, it became a nice cloud burner for like 750 miles around us, and I put the wires off the tower to go to 160, and that really changed the game altogether. But yeah, it worked. It wasn't the greatest on it, but he's got to play around with it. If it works, don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want him to, because he's already able to do 15, 20, 40, and 80 with it. It just won't tune up on 160. First of all, I don't think there's enough wire there without doing some kind of balanced tuner thing like I got. Or it needs more wire, or he certainly needs to clean up that balanced feeder. Like, whether it's hurting him or not, it makes my brain hurt to look at it. Like, balanced line feeder piled upon itself, laying in the ground with some of it buried. My brain was hurting.
Doesn't work that well. No, I know the problem. How much wire does he have on the dipole? How long is it? And
Well, see, that's where things go wonky. Like, it's overall, I don't know, probably 60 or 80 feet long, but it's 4-conductor wire all in one, wrapping. So they're all upon themselves. But it's like he feeds at the center, either side, and then one wire out, and then he connects to the next wire and comes back, and then back in the center he connects to the next wire and goes back out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's got things all over the place. And what's the longest run, would you say, straight run, 80 foot?
I'd say it's all it's 4-conductor wire all in one wrapping, a 1/2 inch wide. So all the wires are right next to each other. So, but he's feeding one of them, and it goes out to the end, connects to the next wire, comes back in, connects to the next wire, goes back out, connects to the next wire, and comes back in. Follow?
I guess so.
Yeah, and he's going to have a lot of balancing out against one another when you do that on top of it. Yeah, oh my gosh. That's a cluster.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody make an antenna like that, and like I can't even in my mind figure out how that even works without canceling itself out or doing weird things. But he does use it. It does work, and even my VNA, showed decent SWR, like at 4 megs or just above 4 megs, and I think it was like 4 megs, 13 megs, and like 23 megs and 30 megs, something like that. So his tuner is able to deal with bringing that in.
Yeah, that's one of those real, oh my gosh, geez, yeah. My head is spinning just thinking of that. You got that going there, and that's going to counteract what's coming back here, and oh my, yeah. You're really going to, it might work, but it's probably not going to resonate very well from what I can see, from what you're telling me. But oh my gosh. Oh well. Yeah, he needs, does he have neighbors that are friendly, that he can use some real estate?
Well, see, I don't know about that, and it doesn't seem like that's the case. And I would have never thought of making a dipole like that. Like my brain just wouldn't go there and say, oh yeah, it's a great idea. You know what I mean? I just don't even see how it works at all, but can't argue with the fact that it does. However, he's got this, it's in a black walnut tree, and it's tall. It's 100 foot tall, easy. And I was looking up there and like, dude, I could shoot a line over there, and you hang an inverted V. Hey, you could get 80 foot on either leg. Something like that is going to work better than that thing that you got. Hit that with a, balanced line and a balanced line tuner, you'll be on 160.
Yeah, once you pass the 90-degree bend, things start getting ugly. You can go up to 90. And then, go down, another 40, 50 feet, and then, do a Z or something like that. That will work. You start doing that funky stuff you got there, bending back and coming back at you. Everything is going to react against one another. And, oh, man, I bet you that thing burns straight up.
Yeah, I can't imagine that thing works all that efficient. It's radiating something, but I can't imagine it's all that great. But yeah, you could do a zigzag. I'd rather go with one piece of wire in a zigzag, or even come back upon itself at a different angle kind of thing. Like almost like a delta loop or something. I mean, he could get enough wire up there with some kind of delta loop or a full loop around, or hang a crazy zigzagging dipole. I mean, if he gets that good high feed point, he can certainly get enough, single wire out there instead of that makes my head hurt kind of configuration.
Yeah. I mean, delta loop would be really good if figure it out, take a look, and he put 4 poles up in the corners, or you got 4 trees you can go from corner to corner to corner, and off you go.
Yeah, I think he could get that. He's got his house, the tree, and then there's like a large barnish garage that he's got. And there's another corner, you know. He could get some kind of, you know, loop in there. He could definitely do something. Or even using a high feed point in that tree and just bring wire down and snake it all over as it comes down kind of thing or something. That's what I would try and do, not what he did. But again, you know, what he's got does work. I just can't imagine it works all that well.
Well, you got a shovel? I got a suggestion.
Oh, if you're trying to make me do some kind of manual labor besides shooting an arrow up over the tree, I'm out. I got enough of my own manual labor over here to do.
I was going to suggest we go over to Bagger's house there in four corners of his property, dig some holes. I got a bunch of posts we can put in there and give it a try and see how it works.
Wait, this isn't about me.
We wait until he goes away on the weekend, and then he comes home on Sunday night. He sees the four posts out there. He'll be happy. We'll just, drop the feed line there to his window in the back, and he'll be on 160, no problem.
He doesn't even need to do that. All he needs to do is hang a dipole from his oak tree. And yes, that branch is your oak tree. The rest of it is your neighbor's oak tree, but the branch is your oak tree. You hang a dipole from there, you'll be on 160 and actually be heard by more than me.
There you go. I'll meet you up there Saturday when he leaves. Right after he leaves, we'll go up and hang it for him.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. All I gotta do is my bow and arrow. There's no digging required.
Here we go.
Hey, what are friends for, man?
Well, which one of my so-called friends here is going to negotiate with the supervisor?
Hey, all we're going to do is stand there and say, we'll take his radio gear. We'll split it up after you're gone.
Well, yeah, we've already kind of reached that understanding.
Well, we'll get you on 160.
I got him on 160. It just don't work all that well.
No, it gives me all heartburns.
You need more ground for it or something. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. But I did hear you. I do hear you. I mean, it works on sideband. And there was that guy up in New England heard you that one time. You just couldn't hear him.
No. And ultimately, that's going to be my biggest problem. It's not that I, can't get out, so I can't hear anybody. I got this huge noise level. It's S9 or better.
Yeah, that's a big problem. If you got that kind of noise level on that band, no matter what you do, it's not going to be enjoyable.
There's all kinds of weird stuff around here anymore. I've got two neighbors with solar. I got another neighbor across the street with some kind of weird therapy device that puts out a 1 megahertz wide signal on this band, and then I've got this other interference now that's on constantly on 27.12 that I was trying to see if I could pin down where it was coming from today, and it kind of peaks and nulls as I was driving down the road, so a little difficult. And I even walked out with the Chinese walkie-talkie. I wanted to see if I could pinpoint with that, but not exactly a hearer with that, so I don't know. There's a lot of weird noise-making junk here. I almost pray for a power failure because it's the only time it's quiet up here.
You know what the real solution is? The real, honest to God, you'll enjoy it solution is for me to find another Kenwood 480HX, hook it up here, and hook you up your own 160-meter doublet out in the yard. I got room for another one. Dedicate it to you. Put a computer here, give you your log on, and there you go.
Oh, that would certainly work. I could be like Dr. Hammer.
See, that's realistically, remote operation is your only answer for 160.
You don't have that amplifier, do you? Yeah, under these circumstances anyway, unless something changes. I buy another place up the mountains or something and decide to retire up there and make sure I have enough acreage to string a nice long 160 dipole, because that's all that I'll be able to use up there is HF. Because I think there's a little bit of DHF up there, but there's like nothing on 11 meters. It's like dead. The only thing I can hear is toilet bowl hops from New York or whatever that are in there, and that's I'd rather stick hot pokers in my eyes than listen to that all day.
Well, you also put a north-south, east-west beverage up for 160. Get that set up, and maybe even put up a inverted V for 160, and there you go. And you'll be in good shape. And switch between the beverages for receive.
I would be just happy to have a single antenna that tunes up and works. And I can load it up on 80 meters too, and maybe even 40.
Yep, balance fed doublet, 160 meter style. It'll tune everything above.
Well, we'll just wait until he takes off on the weekend, and then we'll coordinate, and we'll help him out. We'll get him going.
Yeah, my noise level's not as bad on 40. It's not quite as bad on 80 either, but it's really bad on 160.
Yeah, there's always a lot of noise. I don't have really anything here. It's very quiet. I don't have a lot of people that close to me, which is good. I did originally when we bought that other property out there. We played around a little bit. Wasn't too noisy. Wasn't really a whole lot, but there were thunderstorms out that you could hear. They were quite a bit away in the distance here. Chuck has no problem out there. He works 160, and he's like a mile away from me, and he's very happy with it. Works very good, so I might get lucky out there too.
Yeah, I got it real good here. The only noise I got on any of the HF bands is all atmospherics. No man-made noise interfering at all, except for on 10 meters when the wife has got that air ionizer running. That I hear, but it doesn't go anywhere else but 10 meters.
The only thing I have here, the good buddies on either 19 or one of the local channels when they're driving by and running some other 11 meter station. I'll hear them occasionally on 10.
Oh no! Now all the good buddy down getters are jumping up and down. They just came out of nowhere. I thought I was going to have a decent night on the Trinidad. Maybe it wasn't the best choice now after all.
Well, unless you're getting splattered from adjacent channels or something. Well, splatter doesn't matter, but the Trinidad's got a pretty broad IF, but unless you're getting bleed over, it wouldn't be any different on any other radio.
Yeah, it sounds like the junior toilet bowl bleed over.
Oh yeah, well you got the JV toilet bowl on 11, and you got the freshman toilet bowl on 15. So you kind of stuck between them.
How's it? They don't have to splatter like that. If they would learn not to splatter like that, they may put a little more power in the direction they want to go.
Holy crap, this guy's actually on channel 6. I found him. I thought he would have been on 11. But he's on channel 6. Oh my God.
I'm not hearing any of that. I guess I'm not pointed that way.
Well, get yourself that other one I sent you and stack them.
Yeah, who the hell wants to spend $400 for a crossbow beam?
Could you believe that? That's basically another digit added to what that thing originally sold for.
Yeah, I mean, inflation's one thing, but, everybody's waving the rare flag. Oh, it's rare, you don't see many of these anymore. And yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, there was some guy selling a PDL for $7.99, open box, he called it. And same guy, that guy was in Florida. And that same guy had a Moonraker 4, another open box he wanted $1,000 for. Fantasy, man.
Well, the problem is, some idiot out there will pay it. And that just emboldens these clowns to overcharge the crap out of this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But oh well. Yeah. Oh well, I'm happy with what I have. I don't, this is going to move at some point, and who knows? I have my old crossbow sitting in the garage, and I got something else up there. I think it's a TH3. I'm pretty sure it is. I think it's a TH3 with the 40-meter add-on or something like that. It's something odd. I need to pull it down at some time very soon and figure out what I'm going to do with it. And then I have the C3SS in the back that I'm actually thinking of swapping somebody for an XR5. I had an XR5, which is 5 bands, 2 elements on each, has a little bit longer boom, and I like that a little bit better than this one, so I may make a swap.
I'm currently at 60% store-bought antennas, 40% homemade antennas. I'm shooting for at least 50-50.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I have the 2-element 40 up on top. Then there's a bunch of VHF, UHF crap in the middle. And then I have the tri-bander there on a 33-foot boom. And then I have a bunch of other ones that have found their way to me over the years. And I'm kind of thinking of putting the short 35-foot tower up in the back, and I have a rotator for it, and I'm not sure yet what I want to put on there. And I was thinking about it not too long ago to get one of the XR5s like I originally had, which is a 10 elements, 5 bands, 2 on each. Works very good. I was always very happy with it. But then I got the short C3SS, which is, I believe, a 12-foot boom. 12-foot versus an 18-foot boom. Kind of the same antenna, except it's linear loaded on 20. Has a little bit more oomph on 20, but it's got the other bands and the work band. So don't know yet what I'm going to do. Somebody else has an XR5 he wants to get rid of. Had it up for a little bit, and he said you want to swap, 1-to-1. So I might do that.
I currently have no VHF antennas in the air, unless you count my 160-meter doublet that loads up on 6 meters. Oh, and the PDL2. It also loads up and works on 6 meters. Ah!
Wow, no more 220.
No, but I might sneak that back up there. I can still get that up on the tower. Maybe not as high, but I need to do something else. I need to hang that from a tree somewhere and just leave it static your direction. I don't need to turn it. So, but yeah, if I don't get it high on the tower, I know it's not going to work any better than what it was. So I need to figure out a way to make it work better. Get it up higher is the only answer.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. We've got that terrain issue, and unless you get it up over whatever it is that attenuates the signal path between us, it's not going to work well. But if you get it up high enough, it'll probably work well enough to be full quieting.
Maybe I can take a short piece of, I got like a 4-foot or a 5-foot piece of Radio Shack mast, and then all right, follow me now. So I got my IMAX up there hanging in the tree. And I lower that down, and I put that piece of pipe in there and use the mounting clamps, clamp it in there, and then take the 220 beam and put it on the bottom of that and raise that all back up in the air again.
Yeah, but then you're going to have to run a long piece of feed line to it.
Yep, but that's one solution. Man, I need a duplexer. I need a VHF duplexer. And then I could use the same feed line.
Oh, yeah, you need a diplexer. Yeah, passes HF and, on one leg, yeah. Theoretically, that would work. know if it would introduce more loss and mess up your any of the bands. Who knows?
I have a triplexer here. Let's see. 1.3 to 90 megs on one, 130 to 200 megs on the other, and 380 to 500 megs on the. Man, it won't even work on 220.
Barely there.
Yeah, I'd have to sweep it and see how far it falls off past 200 megs.
Well, I don't know. I guess it's HF 2 meters and 440. I guess that's what it's designed for.
Yeah, it's the only one of these things I got left hanging around.
Yeah, most of them. I haven't seen a lot with 220 on them. I see more of the HF, the 220 and 440 that were made for the HF mobiles. Don't think I ever saw a 220 one.
I have a triplexer here. 2 meters, 220, and 440. That's what I use.
Yeah, that's what I would need to attempt to make that work. But then I would need a second one in here. I need one out there and then one on this side.
That's right. You need two of them.
All right, guys, I'm going to jump out of here. It's 9 o'clock. It's like 3 hours past my bedtime, man.
Oh, boy. You're the old guy, man. Going to bed. Taking early.
I thought you were still working. So you mean you don't even take any downtime? You just keep working and then go to right to bed?
Security, Medicare, so, yeah, remember that?
And loving it every minute.
That's right.
Loving every minute of it. See, and they're the sandbaggers. There's my 9 o'clock replacement. So, all right, I will catch you guys later on.
See you later there, Green Dragon. Good to have you on the Classic Radio Roundup. And hello, old Ja.
It is on my calendar. It beeps every time at 8 o'clock. It beeps and reminds me, but most of the time I'm already asleep by then. Catch you guys later. Have fun. And good to hear you, JR. I'm gone.
Catch you later, Green Dragon. Yeah, likewise. They're always good to hear you in there. Take care, my friend.
And you're on the video gate, so, we can prove that you were here.
That's right. He can run, but he can't hide.
Yeah, he tries, though.
Speaking of running and hiding, I got to run, but I'll be back. I'm not going to hide.
Oh, better go see a man without a horse, huh?
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
Pete's way down tonight. Well, not way down, but he's down.
Who's down, Pete?
Yeah.
Maybe he's on the beam.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. He got more than one antenna, so he can flip switches and go lopsided any way he wanted to.
I'm not on the beam.
Oh.
Well, he's probably barefoot then.
No, he's not barefoot.
Well, then I'm not going to say no more because I don't want to get him all excited, you know. I don't want him to miss his glass while he's filling it up.
You do know how to bring out the cantankerous in him, you know.
Well, I'm not too sure about that, but anyway, yeah, I did my lawn today. Yeah, early in the morning. Got it done there. Yes, sir. Now it's out of my hair. Yeah. I don't know. We didn't get nowhere near the rain they were saying we were going to get last night. Boy, it missed us pretty good.
Yeah. We did get a bit of a shower in the afternoon and whatnot. It rained hard for a very short amount of time, and yeah, the masses of it went to our south. It delayed the Phillies game, and yeah, it was way to our south, and there was a little bit of it to our north, but we were kind of in the gap.
You're right. I was watching the map there on WeatherBug there or whatever, and
it was like going up above me and then below me. It was just missing us, you know. It was like we were like, I don't know. They were sparing us from the water. I couldn't figure it out because, you know, all right, we're going to get hit by this one by another half hour. It got to hit us. It's big enough. It's going to get it. And sure enough, when it comes up, it dissipates and it's going either north or south or you know, half and half. But it just didn't come here.
Yeah. I mean, they had a tornado watch and everything else going on. I'm like, oh, yeah, not here.
Yeah, I got on the radio last night, and it wasn't bad. I mean, there's some static crashes down there, you know, in 80, like normal stuff, but nothing outrageous. And it's like, wow, well, I don't know. We've been blessed, I guess. But we need the rain. I'd rather see the rain than not.
Yeah, it wouldn't, you know, wouldn't hurt as long as it's not days and days of it. Oh, that was annoying.
Well, I think the main thing is the rain wouldn't be bad, but the wind and, you know, the wife was, you know, taking flags down and, you know, all them little garden flags, whatever you want to call them. She was out there thinking, we're going to get high wind. We got nothing.
You ain't going to get nothing.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It's just one of those things, but so be it. It's good either end or whatnot. So what are you working on tonight, Dave?
I am running Pete's Courier Centurion.
That thing sounds great. Really does. That thing sounds good.
Yeah, I think I fixed the staticky noise that was coming in with the mic. There was a 10 ohm capacitor in the mic line. And as soon as I saw it was a 10 ohm, I said, that's got to be it. And I replaced it. And knocking on wood here, seems to be doing it.
And I heard every knock when you did it. Yeah, no, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that thing at all. It sounds nice. It does. It has a nice sound to it. And loudness is right there where it needs to be. Yes, sir. Is that his mic or your mic?
This is my mic.
Okay. That thing sounds good.
Yeah, so I think I can put a done stamp on this one. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be another daily driver for him. But this one sounds really good on sideband too. So so he can take his pick. Although this one the clock doesn't work, so the other one that he has, the clock does work.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a clock kind of guy. You know, he doesn't really watch the clock, except the one on his phone or his watch. I think he has one of them goofy watches. Maybe not though. I shouldn't pick on. Not until he's in here. But he knows when it's time. Well, you know what it is. He don't have a clock. When his left eye gets heavy and it starts drooping and he starts looking like a pirate matey, he knows it's time to go to bed.
Harry. Like Popeye.
I teed with you. What was that?
It's like Popeye.
Yeah, you know what? That's probably a pretty good description there. I must admit. So who's all in here tonight? Renegade, are you in here listening by any chance? Oh, no. So no Joker, nobody, eh?
Yeah, where is Wayne?
Wayne's a little bit late, but I turned it on.
There he is. Hiya, Wayne.
Hello. Hi, Pete. Hi, Dave. Hi, JR.
Well, you can make it.
Yeah, better late than never.
I got watching this TV channel and forgot to turn it on.
Oh, man.
And what was on TV that was so fascinating? It was on National Geographic. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah? What are you watching? Naked African women?
No, there wasn't any African naked women on there.
Well, if there wasn't that, it must have been long-haired monkeys.
Some kind of monkeys.
The funky monkey. So, Petey, what are you running tonight?
Oh, you got her again.
I don't know. He's kind of shady.
What in the world is that nonsense?
I don't know, but I don't think it was anything we wanted to hear.
It was a weak signal anyway.
That could have been more Skip.
SBE Trinidad.
Oh, all right, on the old SBE. An oldie but goodie.
Yeah, not the best radio to use during skip though.
What, it don't drive your other thing all that well?
No, it's got a receiver as wide as a barn door.
Well, that's an open VFO then.
No, the VFO's not open. There's no filters.
Come on, what'd you do with that?
What'd I do with what? It's stock. I didn't do anything to it.
Why do you say it don't have no filters?
Because it has a receiver as broad as a barn door.
Huh. I don't recall that. Well, that's an old 23 channel, right?
Yeah, that's right. Dave can give you the technical terms. I could give you the seat of the pants. The seat of the pants says it's great just for talking to the locals, and as long as nobody on any other channel.
So what do you think, Bagger? You want to call that a wide glide then?
Well, yeah, I mean, I always shook my head at that because the Trinidad was SBE's deluxe AM base when it was made back then. But they chose to use a chassis that was the same as their budget bottom of the line mobile. So, you know, it does not have any kind of filtering in it. It just relies on multiple tuned circuits to get any selectivity. So it's you know, on the one hand, it's wide enough that it's got a good fidelity and it sounds good. It's got a good audio to it and everything, and it transmits really well. But you know, it's not very selective.
To emphasize the point.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Back in the day, I had one of the 23 channels I bought new. But I didn't live in town either. I was out in the country when I had that. And we didn't really have that close neighborhood type thing. So never really noticed it. I was fortunate.
I had friends that had Trinidad, at least 2 or 3 of them in the group, and they never really complained about it much either. But, you know, it was mostly just adjacent channels, you know. So if you had people right up against you on the adjacent channel, it was a problem. But if there were more than 2 or 3 channels away, it wasn't that bad.
Well, regardless, all that noted, they did look nice. They looked pretty. They had a nice color display there, just the blue and the yellow light there, the modulation light, and the way the meter was. It was pretty. It was a pretty looking thing.
Oh, that is true.
You noticed, ironically, when SBE came out with the Trinidad 2, the physically smaller version, they used the chassis from the Cortez, or very similar to the Cortez as its chassis, and that was a much better radio than the Catalina that the original Trinidad was based on. But it was all good.
I remember having a Catalina Mobile. It was a little thing. It was a pretty little thing there, but worked real well. So what you're saying is SBE, the first one they had there, they should have used a Catalina board there. That would have been a good thing.
Oh, they did use the Catalina. That's why it wasn't such a good thing. The Catalina didn't even have an S meter. And so when they put it in the Trinidad, they had this external board in there with two pots on it. One's for the S meter, one's for the RF meter, I guess. I think it was. And so they had to, add that so they could put a meter on the Trinidad.
Well, then I must have had a Catalina 3 or something. Because the one I had, I'm pretty sure it was a Catalina. It had a meter in it, even though it was a small radio, but it had a thin stand-up meter on it there. That might have been a Catalina 3. They made a 3, right?
I think they did, and I think that might be the one, because the Catalina 2 did not have a meter, and that's the one the Trinidad was based on. Or I should say, the Trinidad B version. The Trinidad A version, I don't even know where that came from. That was a real hokey radio. Oof. That was, that didn't last long, I guess.
Hokey. I didn't think hokey went with SBE. Hokey. Well, I don't know. I really, I know the one radio I didn't care for, but it was a pretty looking thing too. That was the 5. The Trinidad 5. I didn't care for that radio, but it looked very nice.
I don't remember the Trinidad 5. I know the Trinidad 2, and then the Trinidad 3 was a 40 channel. You've got one of those, right?
Yeah, but the 5 had sideband on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Trinidad 5.
That was a console 5. Yeah. If it's got sideband, Trinidad's never had sideband. That was a console 5.
There you go, console 5 in the wooden box. Yeah, they had a goofy, they called scan, but it didn't work the way you thought it worked. I forget, it was kind of like bass backwards there.
Well, you can select it. You can have it either scan for busy channels or scan for clear channels. And it was like an inverse logic thing. You turn the squelch up and it would stop when somebody broke the squelch if you're looking for busy channels, but if you were looking for clear channels, then it would stop when the squelch would close again.
There you go. Yeah, it was something like that. I couldn't remember. But yeah, that wasn't one of my favorite radios. Like I said, it looked nice and all, but it just wasn't up to what I was looking for.
Yeah, well, it worked really well. I knew a guy that had one, and I put extra channels in it for him, peaked it up and all, and it worked really well. The goofy thing about it is it had a meter on it, had a dual meter, and the other meter would show you your squelch level. Then a squelch meter. Talk about the most useless feature. I don't know, but depending on where you set your squelch, you could see the meter movement, and it would show you.
But it still had that color behind it that made it look nice. It was still a blue background, right?
Yeah, typical SBE. You know, they had that blue, and that's why I always liked SBEs.
Yeah, they did. And you're right, they had smooth receivers. I mean, everybody sounded good on one of them. Whether it was just the fact that it was in a wooden box and it had nice space in there or whatever, but that thing always sounded good.
Yeah, well, SBE radios, most of them, if not all of them, at least I know most of the ones anyway were, except for the land commands, they were made by NDI, and those always worked really well. Yeah, the land commands, I never liked them for some reason. Because they didn't have that blue, typical SBE look about them. And they were unit end chassis, and they were kind of like, a Cobra or something. It just didn't seem like it should be an SBE.
Was that land command, was that the one with the sliders on it instead of knobs? I know they made one that was totally different. That may be the one you're referring to.
No, the one with the sliders was the Console 6.
Good Lord. I didn't have one of them either. But, yeah, that's interesting. All the ones they made, I didn't have every one. I never owned the Trinidad 2. I never had one of them. I hear a lot of them out there now. They all sound good and all. I just, I didn't have I don't know. They kind of reminded me of what they were in was kind of like an early realistic kind of thing.
Yeah, they had nothing in common with realistics. Yeah, there was a lot of SBEs out there. I used to like that Super Console that they made years ago. It was a console. It was an AM sideband radio, and it had an 8-channel crystal scanner built into it. So you could monitor the police and talk on the radio at the same time.
So did you own one of them?
No, I never did. I never ran across one. And I don't know anybody really in the area that had one, but I've seen advertisements for them and pictures of them and all. If one fell on my lap, I would probably be happy, but I'm not really pursuing it because most of the radios I collect are all ones that I have history with, either myself or people I knew. So if it's like an oddball radio that nobody had, then I don't really have much interest in it. There are a few exceptions, though. A couple of radios kind of fell in my lap that I just, took and went like, okay. But, yeah.
So I take it when the Console 6 came out, they were probably pretty expensive for back in the time. I would assume that to be the case.
Good evening, Channel 13.
Oh, there's Goose. Yeah. Well, they weren't cheap. None of them were cheap. Not in those days. That was before the bottom fell out.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Yeah. Hey, good evening, Goose. I hear you out there, I do.
Good evening time.
Yeah, hello, Goose. I hear you out there, I do.
Hello, Pete. I hear you too.
Yeah, he's out barefoot tonight.
2995, 250.
$250.
Buck $350? What?
250.
I'm doing my normal fire chicken power.
Fire chicken power. Is that related to, what the heck's the name of that place, that chicken place there? Oh, doggone it.
Specs?
No, you're going back in the day. No, this is more modern there. Chick-fil-A.
Back in the day, Specs is still there.
Yeah, I know. So are you.
Well, when I talk, that means I'm going back in the day just because I'm still here?
No, that's just usually where your mind goes.
I was gonna say, don't cook tonight, call Chicken Delight.
What the hell's a Chicken Delight?
You don't remember? Oh man,
No, never heard of it.
that was the jingle. Don't cook tonight, call Chicken Delight. They were like the original, one of the original deliveries. You could actually call them, and they would deliver to your house. We had one in East Martin, or actually, was it East Martin? No, I guess it was Whitpain. They were just across the border there. That was years ago. That was back in the 60s.
Oh, well, the 1960s, dude, I was, in 1969, I was 4.
You guys talking about specs?
Well, I don't know. I don't know when Chicken Delight went away, but they were around for a while. I still remember the commercials.
I never ever heard of it.
You remember Chicken Delight, don't you, Jim?
What was the name of it?
Chicken Delight.
Kind of rings a bell.
Must have been a Norristown thing.
Delight.
Must have been a Norristown thing.
No. No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Must have been a Norristown thing.
Was she a real chick? Are you talking about actual food?
Yeah, there's a place called Chicken Delight. You call them on the phone and you place your order and they would deliver it to you. This is back before they had things like DoorDash and all. This is back in the 1960s.
Oh, okay. All right. That might have been a Norristown thing too, out in that area. You know, kind of like that the Zepp thing. No, is that what they call that?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's a Norristown area thing. That wasn't anywhere where I was. But, of course, in the 1960s, I wasn't ordering any kind of takeout food or anything. My biggest worry is, where's my teddy bear?
No, it wasn't just a Norristown thing. It was, it was a chain, like Burger King or something. There was a bunch of them. We were talking about it when I was working at my last job. Guys that grew up in, Fairless Hills and stuff. They remember Chicken Delight. So it was around. It might have been regional, but it wasn't just a one-store place.
I remember Gino's.
Yeah, everybody goes to Gino's because Gino's is the place to go.
I like Gino's. I did. They were good.
They were the first place to carry Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That's what I remember, yeah. Yes, sir. Man, and strawberry shakes. What'd they call the Gino Giant? Strawberry shake and some fried chicken.
I remember the Gino Giant.
Yeah. That was like heads and shoulders above like a Big Mac or something. That was, of course, I had all that lettuce and tomato nonsense on it, which I don't like, so I never got a Giant, but I would always get the chicken.
And would they have that Thousand Island sauce on it, I think, or something like that?
Yeah.
And you know what, though? Back in the day, that's when fast food was fast food. Man, you walk in there, you're walking right back out with whatever you wanted.
Yeah, well, plus they were on the health kick then, and they used to fry the fries in that oil, that high-fat oil or whatever it was, and boy, did they taste good.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's funny how all that... Well, the old saying is, anything that tastes really good is really bad for you.
Yeah, it was the good old days.
Yeah, when McDonald's fries were good. Now they suck.
They're still not bad. I like them better than Burger King's.
McDonald's sucks. You like McDonald's? Oh my gosh.
The only thing I actually like every once in a while, on a rare occasion, I'll go and get the bacon quarter pounder with cheese. I still like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Although Chick-fil-A does have the best chicken sandwich.
You let that McDonald's food sit there for a year and it still looks the same. I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A for chicken, absolutely.
Oh yeah, hands down, you hit it.
Although I haven't tested it out, but some would argue Royal Farms chicken.
Well, yeah, Royal Farms chicken is the best, but we're talking chicken sandwich. The last one I had from Chick-fil-A and the one I had before that, they were awesome. But just for chicken to be chicken, yeah, Royal Farms.
I got some, everybody's saying how great Royal Farms chicken is. So I went and got some, and I'll tell you the honest truth, it was no better than the stuff I get from Redger's.
Oh no, their seasoning on the batter, Dave, it has a taste, has a little spice to it. Not hot or anything, but it has a certain spice. I particularly like the thighs. I'm a thigh guy. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's great.
If I'm going for chicken, specifically for chicken, I'm going to Specs.
Oh, I knew you were.
Yeah, but I'm not driving all the way to Collegeville.
All the way to Collegeville ain't all that far for me.
Yeah, but you know why you like Specs so much? I really figured that out.
Because I'm an old-time guy. I don't know. I like Specs roasted chicken. I mean, Chick-fil-A chicken tenders and all that are pretty good. But if I'm going for, I really want real chicken, I'm going to Specs. There's nothing else that even enters my mind.
That's right. Well, the only thing I can say is the only reason you like Specs so much because it has that dirty book taste to it.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I like Specs too.
Dave, you knew what I was talking about.
Nasty things.
The adult bookstore next door, but yeah. I always liked Boston Market for chicken. Shame they went out of business. Their rotisserie chicken was probably the best I've ever had.
They still make TV dinners though.
Yeah, but it ain't the same.
No, but all the markets went away, but they still make the TV dinners.
Yeah, you can get like entrees, frozen entrees, but now it's not the same as getting it from the store. But I love Boston Market's chicken. That was some good stuff, nice and juicy. Yeah, and I agree with Jim. I think I like the thighs the best.
Oh, I like the breasts.
We used to order Thanksgiving off of them.
I'm a breast man.
Yeah, the problem with eating breast and chicken, it dries out too easily. The thighs are greasy or whatever. They're a lot more moist and they stay that way.
Well, it must be the way that Specs does it because they don't dry out their breasts.
Thighs is the way to go.
Yeah, I even like them better than legs.
Or in the middle is good too.
Yeah, spread the thighs out and go for the middle, right?
On classic radio roundup time.
Hello there, Mr. Green Dog.
Let's not get too cantankerous yet.
Oh, no, he's not there yet. He's still percolating.
It ain't likely to happen tonight.
He's got work tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah. You got to behave yourself.
Work.
Gotta behave.
Work!
That was my Maynard G. Krebs invitation. Work.
Talk about a blast from the past. Maynard G. Krebs.
I love that show.
I wish they had the Specs closer to having this that one.
Toby Gillis?
Yep.
Ah.
That's what makes Specs so special. There's only one.
There used to be more than one. There used to be one up in Limerick, right near where Walt's Golf Center used to be.
I remember that. I do remember that one.
Used to get ice cream there.
That's before my time, but Waltz's Golf Farm is still there.
I meant to say Specs isn't there anymore. Where Waltz is, there was a Specs there, and we used to get that ice cream there.
Well, Walt's Golf Farm still has an ice cream stand.
When was the last time you were there?
Oh, there to have ice cream? Probably 10 years ago.
I think you'd be great at chip and putt after you're cantankerous.
I did a chip and putt there once with my father, probably about 20 years ago.
Did he win?
Probably.
Yeah, golf is not my game.
No, it's not really my thing either. But we used to take the grandkids there to the mini golf.
Small thing anyway.
But now they're all college students and not interested in mini golf.
College students aren't interested in too much.
Well, no, they're interested in things, but completely different things.
Apparently there's a lot more things to get into than what there was back in our day.
Oh, yeah, and they're discovering all of it.
Playing with their phones.
Speaking as of, the wife and I got new phones. Oh, geez.
What'd you get, like a newer iPhone or something?
No, I don't deal with Apple. No, it's a Galaxy S26 or something like that. Real expensive phone, but we've been with Metro so long. We went in there and we got two of them for $100 or $108. I didn't even want one. The wife really needed one, but I said, well, what the heck? And my phone bill is going to wind up $10 cheaper than what I was paying before.
Uh-oh, I'm going to get the green text bubble from you.
Lord. So what they're doing now, since T-Mobile bought Metro, or merged with them, I should say, actually the guy from Metro, he went and, transferred me over to T-Mobile because that's the way I got the bargain on the phone.
Yeah, last time we upgraded, we got a similar deal. We got the newest iPhones, and we ended up saving money per month on the bill, the way they finagled everything. But I switched off of T-Mobile. Now I'm on Xfinity because they bundled everything together, and it's called, instead of paying $200 a month for phone service, I'm paying $40 a month. So I figured, well, the service isn't quite as good, but I'm saving a lot of money. That's good.
Oh wow, that big old bill of $200 a month, that's a nuisance. Yeah, we wound up with two lines, which we always had, for two lines for $70, unlimited data and all that. So we're good to go.
That's cheaper than what I'm paying. Yeah, I had 3 lines. My wife, me, and my daughter. It was close to $200. But I guess that had to do with, I don't know, if the phones or, it's just weird how they negotiate this stuff. I'm paying $164 for one phone.
Oh God, boy, what do you got there going on? How do you do that? Oh my goodness. I don't know. That's kind of crazy there. Geesh, one line, 160. I don't know. You better stop that porn.
I can't enter this discussion because my wife pays that bill, and I have no idea how much we pay. But I guarantee you it's the cheapest possible because she's a real negotiator.
You know what I like about now when you get a phone, which I wasn't aware of, it transfers all your apps and all your data off your old phone right to the new phone, everything. That's pretty cool. I got to tell you, I was impressed.
They've been doing that for a long time.
Photos, all that stuff.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a long time. That's nothing new.
Yeah, they got a new phone in a long time.
No, but they never transferred the apps over. They only transferred the contacts and the pictures. They never did apps before.
I leave my phone right next to my other phone and takes everything off of that phone and sticks it on my new phone.
For $160, they ought to be moved in with you.
Yeah, doing dishes and laundry.
Holy crap, holy.
Yeah, and other favors.
Goose.
What's that?
I says, what are you getting that I ain't getting?
The newest iPhone.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, that pretty much wraps it up.
I got this big orange thing that keeps falling out of my pocket.
I like this Galaxy S26 because it's smaller than my old one. I like smaller.
You can't watch no porn on that.
Oh boy. Well, by golly.
No, he goes down to Specs and goes to see the dirty books. He doesn't need it on his phone.
Yeah, there you go.
Dennis's sister owns that dirty bookstore by Specs.
Looks up advertising and it goes to Specs.
That's not even there no more.
It's still there.
What, the dirty bookstore?
Yeah.
Confused.
They're doing all kinds of road work down around there right now, changing that whole intersection and widening Ridge Pike and everything.
Yeah, they are. A whole big mess.
Yep, it is a whole big mess.
You can't watch movies there no more, but they still got the bookstore.
I'm surprised adult bookstores can still survive considering how much free porn you can get on the internet.
Yeah, my boss came in to work one day. He's now the CEO. So what are you doing here? He goes, I got a virus on my computer. I said, man, you got to stop watching that porn.
Oh.
He started laughing.
Pete, were you down to 160 tonight?
I was, but nobody else was.
I wasn't.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nobody was a no-show, huh? Was it real noisy down there?
No, There were some static crashes, but nothing horrible. It's kind of light.
Me and my S9 noise level.
S9.
Yeah, even the static crashes didn't reach S9.
I wouldn't have heard the static crashes over the S9 noise level.
It's pretty bad if your noise level is so bad you don't even hear the static crashes.
Nope.
The static is that high up there or down there?
It is for Dave, not for me. My noise level there is like a 3.
Oh my goodness.
I live in a bad, noisy area for some reason. It's getting worse. People keep buying digital widgets and other nonsense.
Yeah, but Goose, you gotta understand that band. Like somebody that's giving you a weak signal is giving you 10 dB over 9. That's weak.
That sandbagger who stayed at the old place, he wouldn't be having those problems.
Yeah, but then I mean, down near Norristown. I don't want to do that.
You'd probably have the same problems there, just different environment of digital widgets in a closed neighborhood.
Maybe 150 on the ground.
In Morristown.
Yeah, and you still wouldn't have enough room for a 160 antenna.
I might be able to get away with it there. At the push it back across the house.
I like to know how many coats of paint did it take to cover up the smoke room.
Cover up a what?
The smoke room.
Oh, I don't know.
What room is smoking?
The smoke room.
I had to ask.
You gotta scrub the walls first to get all that nicotine and tar stains off the walls.
Yeah.
Right.
Smoking in the boys' room. Everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school.
Boy, Tommy, that thing's become a famous song there in school. Good grief.
Yeah.
I smoked out there in the field.
In my school, if you got a note from your parents in 11th and 12th grade, you could smoke out in the courtyard outside the lunchroom.
I remember that. Yeah. So and Jay did something like that, too.
I went to high school, they had a smoking ground. But junior high, there was no smoking ground. But we used to go out to the field and smoke.
Norristown never allowed it. Not on school grounds. If you wanted to smoke, you had to leave. You had to get off the school property.
Well, Souderton area, yep, they had smoking in the courtyard.
I'd be going in my car and smoke if I was going to Norristown High.
No, we did that. We went to the car for the other kind of smoke.
Yeah, well, I didn't go to school out here. I went to school out there in Las Vegas.
You didn't get cantankerous when you smoked that, did you?
Who, me?
Well, certainly not me.
I don't get cantankerous now.
I think there might be some that would disagree with that.
Well, man.
Yeah, I don't consider that demeanor being cantankerous. That's more like Cheech and Chong.
Wow, man, such levity.
Willard, D-O-G, actually spelled cat.
15 years ago, I gave up that pot smoking.
When I went out to Oregon last year, I hit up one of them dispensaries and I gave it a whirl. That was fun. Going in and having your picking and choosing. It was like buying a fine wine. You could pick and choose your variety, and then go sit at the coffee shop next door and smoke up.
Don't you need a medical card to do that?
Yeah, that's not easier than smoking that joint.
Not in Oregon. There's no medical card. You just walk into the dispensary and buy what you want.
That's how it is in New Jersey.
Well, my next question, Pete, would be how did you know what to get?
Past experience. No, you just talk to the people. They'll tell you. They'll guide you. Tell them what you want. Whether it's with sativa or sativa and what's the other one? There's two varieties.
Anyway, you're just trying eatable. It's not, it's a lot faster than rolling a joint and smoking it.
No, I got them edibles. They're kind of fun too, but they take a little bit to kick in.
Yeah, I guess. I tried one, and I ate a whole freaking thing of ice cream.
Just what we need. Petey out in Oregon hallucinating.
That was fun, man. Walk in and there's it was like Baskin Robbins ice cream, but with marijuana.
A friend of mine went to California, and he rented some place to get some pot. He had to spend $5,000 and they'll ship it back to you.
You got to get a medical card in California too. Oregon, Colorado, you just walk into the dispensary and buy what you want and walk out.
Vegas, New Jersey's the same way.
Never was my cup of tea. Yeah, boy.
I never did anything that had to do with smoking because I would just get into a coughing fit. Oh, that was just horrible. I don't think my asthma likes that too much.
Oh, you have to try the edibles. I got some nice gummy bears and stuff like that. All the gummies.
My brother-in-law gets all that stuff. He's got a card.
I don't know if I could picture old Dave High there. I'm trying to figure out what that would be like.
I think sitting around a campfire up the mountains, I think Dave would be fun.
Yeah, that wasn't fun at all.
What, if you did a gummy and sat up there at a campfire in the mountains with a couple of us all sitting around eating gummies? Oh, I think the conversation would get really interesting.
Well, that may be. A couple of New Year's ago, my brother-in-law had some cookies with some stuff in it. And I think they were just a little old. And we each had a little bit of them, and man, oh man. At first it was kind of weird. Then I got sick to my friggin' stomach. Oh my God, it was horrible. Everybody did. They're like, never again.
We smoke bombing fluid?
Ah, that's because of the source. You can't just eat random cookies.
Well, they weren't random, they were made.
Yeah, well, there's no quality control, and yeah, no. Yeah, sorry you had a bad experience. Next time I go to Oregon, I'll bring you back some gummies.
Oh, you don't have to do that. I can get them anytime I want. Like I say, my brother-in-law gets them. He takes the stuff to relieve pain and does a good job for it.
What happened to him?
Happened to him?
Yeah.
He's just got pain. You know, he's getting old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it happens to all of us. We're old and in pain.
I'm not in pain.
I say, you can get anything you want in those places. You can get CBD stuff, which supposedly won't get you really high, but it does relieve the pain. You can do whatever.
You can get CBD here in Pennsylvania without a medical card. It's the THC stuff you got to have the card for.
Yeah. I think you can actually get CBD stuff in Redner's. I think I saw a display there.
Yeah, the CBD stuff is not controlled. It's the THC.
Some of that stuff is potent.
Some of that stuff you really got to watch out for because it's not really that great for you. All them inferior products and such. Yeah, you really got to know where it came from.
Well, I know in Colorado and Oregon when I was out there and hitting those dispensaries, it was just kind of a fun experience, you know. I could imagine living out there, like when I was, before the Navy, teenage years, and buying weed off the local, weed dealer. You never got the same thing twice. Well, out there, like you find something that you like, you could go back every week and get the same thing. Yeah, sativa and indica. That's what I was trying to think of. The two different kind of directions it'll take you.
Yeah, but there's so much more to it now, and they started hyper-focusing on the terpenes and stuff, and it's the terpenes that take care of certain ailments. Certain terpenes work better for your anxieties or for your pain management.
Well, I could tell you when.
Wrong way.
Well, I could tell you when I was taking care of my sativa with my coffee out in Three Sisters, Oregon, I wasn't feeling no pain.
When you went through Colorado, you should have looked up number 7.
I didn't go through Colorado this time. That was the first time I ever bought legally at a dispensary, was when I was in Colorado. That was, man, how many years ago was that now? I think that was like When was that? 2014, I think. Yeah, that's when I rode out to California, San Diego. And I went to, stayed in a friend's ski lodge in Colorado for a few days. And had a dispensary right in town. That was in Breckenridge.
I'll be back. I gotta go give my cat her medicine. His medicine. I'm sorry.
You're gonna take your cat's medicine.
I gotta give my cat his medicine.
Oh, who? I was beginning to think that you couldn't hear me.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you. Hello, Greenie. I didn't acknowledge you, but I will now. I have been hearing you.
After tonight, I ain't gonna hear you. 'Cause my antenna comes down tomorrow.
10-4. Goose is gonna go take his cat's medication. Pete is gonna acknowledge me now.
Tomorrow.
Hello, JR. Anybody else out there I missed? Hey, where's Wayne?
Say hi, Wayne.
23rd through October 24th.
I can't hear him. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it does, but Handfest is coming up. I got some stuff for sale, so I'll be back up in no time.
Yeah, just lower it down to the proper level, you know.
No, it is. It's not even 60 feet up in the air. That's that's where it can go up to 60 feet. But I only got a 10-foot and 9-foot piece of tower sticking out of the ground. What's that? 19 feet? No. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They still want the $1,000 just for that.
Yeah, they want the $1,000 just for that.
So now you have to pay for somebody else's complaint. It's not one thing to just comply and reason with them. You actually still have to pay the fine.
Don't take it down. I got to pay $500 a week or some shit.
I'd move.
Right?
Go break.
I don't got the money.
Sandbagger, you got a knocker. Yeah, if I was a girl, I'd have two.
Something for a while, almost a year and a half. You'll get
Uh-oh, here comes the Skipland back, making a bunch of noise.
Who's calling for me? Maybe it's Night Ranger.
I don't have a metal roof.
I didn't hear whoever was calling for me.
and mount an antenna. Matter of fact, I think I have one. That mounts right to.
Yeah, I had too many skip stations in there. I didn't hear anybody calling you. They might have been buried in that mess.
Put an antenna right in the middle.
I was thinking, and that's why I was thinking it might have been Night Ranger.
Well, I got the beam to the southwest, ready to go horizontal if need be.
On the side of the house.
Pointed straight south. That should be good for him.
Yeah, he's coming up on me.
Yeah, the beam width on that thing is not that narrow.
Shit, that'll work. Put it in. Climb a tree and put it in the tree.
I'm going to go to the south and see if I can hear him.
Yeah, I'm here, Sandbagger. If you can hear me.
Oh, there he is.
You're trying to make it in.
He is there.
Yeah, I hear him. Okay. No Ranger's coming in there now. Well, that's easy. But you hear him real good.
I'm in South Carolina. But yeah, I was sitting here listening, and then all of a sudden you guys started fading in.
Night Ranger, Night Ranger, Night Ranger, Spitfire, 441, Pennsylvania. How about it, Night Ranger?
He's all horizontal. I know you should be able to hear him.
How about it, Night Ranger? Yeah, I got you in there. Top of the evening, man. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you're coming in pretty well. I'm on horizontal side of a PDL2.
Right on. You saw the grand around the bend up here in northern Michigan. Much nasty in this mobile. I'm gonna get
The chicken conversation, that was a good one.
Oh no, I'm getting Michigan coming in on my horizontal pointed south. I took out Night Ranger.
Yeah, I missed the chicken conversation. You guys were coming in when that was going on.
Okay. Well, yeah. You know, we catch the game.
Yeah, I did kind of watch a few. I don't watch every game, but I do check in and look at some of them.
Yeah, the chicken conversation. Hello, Night Ranger.
Yeah, hello, Spitfire.
Yeah, good to hear you. It's been a while. Glad we got conditions finally.
Yeah, well, we get conditions early and then actually missed some other stuff. You know, kind of going through some music equipment and some stereo equipment handling, you know, getting all that working again, so I haven't been in here that much. But I looked up, I said, it's Wednesday night, and it is a little after 9. I think I'll go in there and see if I can hear him.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you stopped by. Somebody thought they heard somebody calling for Sandbagger, and then Dave says, I wonder if it's Night Ranger. I'm like, yeah, the skip is coming back in. Maybe it is. And there you were.
Yeah, I really couldn't hear it. I heard you better than him, but once he pointed that beam, of course, he came way up.
Yeah, well, I'm on a PDL2 right now. I went off my stick to my PDL2 pointed at you.
Oh, I got you about an S7. It's definitely doing a good job for you. Of course, I'm on the usual antenna.
Yeah, well, it's working. I'm on my SBE Trinidad, and the meter is kind of lackluster, so that doesn't really tell the story, but I hear you just fine.
Wow, that's how some of those old Carolina 804 on the break.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah, Saul Goodman.
When I think of all the Vantage radios I've got there, my favorite one is probably that Lafayette Telset SSB 140. That's a nice radio.
It's a nice looking radio, that's for sure.
I thought that. I'm only 642. I think are probably the cheapest.
Yeah. The Royce is nice too, with the 3 meters.
I almost got one of those. I walked to a ham fest and I saw one sitting there and I was getting ready to go get it. And one of my friends be like, and I was like, please don't buy it, please don't buy it. And he did.
Missed by a minute.
Yeah, and then he turned around and sold it on eBay. I'm like, yeah, they don't ever need it anymore. No, one almost he was banging in here.
Yeah, well, he runs a Lazy H, and I believe that's horizontally polarized, so yeah, you're going to probably hear him well on that wire.
Yeah, the Lazy H is 5 or a 4 or 5/8 wave antennas in phase horizontal.
I don't know. And that's a pretty good antenna. Because I can hear them when they're I put everything on the wire here. The reason is if you do 4/5 waves, you do make some gain, but the lobes are so narrow, it doesn't cover that much. So you're better off doing 4/2 waves to get a slightly, wider coverage area.
Oh, is that what yours is? 4/2 waves?
Yeah, 4/2 waves. I did that at first, but then I discovered, the range was so narrow, before I started cutting people out, so I went back to 4/2 waves.
Yeah, wider beam width and all. I could see where that would be more appealing if you can't turn the damn thing.
Yeah, I tried that pointing out west to get maximum gain, and what I found was it was good for Southern California and about halfway up California, but by the time I got to the Northwest U.S., it was cutting them out.
Yeah. Anyway, it's still a nice high gain antenna with lots of capture area. I lost him in a fade.
Are you in there? I don't know. You're up and down there, but man, that one time you were almost S9. Call me old JR. Hello, Night Ranger, if you hear me.
Surprised he can hear you.
Yeah, I actually had them best on the vertical polarization for whatever reason.
What was that, Night Ranger? Roger on the bleed over. I hear you, I do. Anyway, sounding good when you're in there, but QS, whatever it is, you're up and down. But you were sounding pretty doggone good, I might add. I'm on my horizontal wire there. Yeah, he's in and out. He goes up and he goes down.
I could actually hear them best on the vertical side of the PDL too, for whatever reason. Oh man!
I didn't hear him at all on the vertical. That's what made me flip over to the horizontal. I wanted to see,
Well, I started out on the he heard me on the stick, and then I was hearing him, and I thought, well, let me go to the beam and see if that's better. And I went horizontal, pointed it at him, and that was better. And then I flipped it a vertical, and that was better yet.
Wow. Well, that is a crazy H then. That's all I got to say about that.
That's why it's nice to have choices in antennas.
Choices are good.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about it to flip to the TA33 to see if he would come in on that. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I mean, you got choices. You got the stick, you got the vertical PDL, you got the horizontal PDL, you got the TA33. One of them's bound to be better than the others.
And if I really wanted to get crazy, I could load up one of my wires.
Say again, Night Ranger?
9, you on it?
Oh,
20.
that's good to know. Me and this little rinky-dink 20-degree lean 300 beam.
We're on the series. It's been in the box 2 years.
Yeah, this one not well. I redid everything in the spring and straightened up all the elements, put a new gamma match on it, and new cable, and put it up on a nice new mast. And not even a month later, a windstorm bent it over a little bit. And I've had numerous other windstorms that were evidently just as strong. I haven't seen the phase it at all, but that one caught it broadside or something and pushed it. Now I gotta. I just don't feel like doing it, but I gotta take it down again and replace the bent piece.
Well, here we have the hurricane. That's the guy's here. And that's a real problem around Texas. When they come in, I just take all my wire antennas and lower them down before the hurricane or the tropical storm runs up the coast.
Yeah, as long as maybe you'll get lucky and I'll take out your neighbor hammer.
Yeah, that one. I'm not in here enough, though. I mean, he's their problem. I don't get in here that much. Lately I've been busy with other things. I only turn it on to hear you guys.
Does 21 still do the old radio net?
He's doing it online, but I mean, there's just so much junk going on, It's not what it used to be, that's for sure.
Well, Classic Radio Roundup is still what it used to be, and still going strong.
Yeah, boy, you came up to a S10 that time, Spitfire.
Yeah, I thought I'd jump in there. You got real strong too. You're just as strong as Sandbagger is right now, which would be like an S8.
Yeah,
I'm not playing with you anymore.
If it wants to stay like that for an hour, that'll be fine with me.
I mean your normal, your normal everything normal signal, Dave. Not what you're currently giving me, but I do hear you.
Yeah. You know, classic radio roundup, I guess, is coming up. We're almost up to 18 years now.
I think the first time I managed to get into it was maybe, I think I still had a thing in Rock Hill. What was that, 2008 or 9? I think was the first time I managed to talk to you.
Yeah, I think we started in like 2008 or 2009, something like that.
Yeah, it was, because I had my Kenwood 450. I had a Solarcon Max 2000 up at the house in Rock Hill. That was the first time I talked to you. Didn't do as good as the Lazy H, and then when I got this house, that would have been 2010 when I finally got to talk to you here.
Yeah, you definitely do better from where you're at now.
Yeah, you've been in there since the beginning for sure. And yeah, you're staying up nice and strong now.
The river's close by.
Oh man.
Yeah, but anyway, it's getting to be that time. The dogs are coming upstairs, so I got to get out of here. A wonderful classic radio roundup, and we'll have to do it again next week.
Well, this was a nice ending to the classic radio roundup. Finally getting Night Ranger in here. It's been a while, so I got you on the video gate. Of course, it's near the end of the gate. You see how my little Trinidad is pulling you in on my PDL2.
Well, you guys you're definitely getting stronger. You're about 15 over that time. But yeah, this brackish water back here in the swamp is really light. It helps me out. I get down to 75 meters running a kilowatt, and those guys are like, "You just hit me at S40." You know, they're like, "What are you running down there?" You know, I was like, "Just a dipole at 75 feet," but it's all that brackish water around here, you know.
Yeah, I got nothing but trees and rocks, but I managed to do really well on 80 and 160 meters. But I also got a full size doublet up at 100 feet, fed with 600 ohm open wire feeders.
Well, I feed mine with 450 ohm down here, so yeah.
I have one of those too. That was my first antenna. I got a 160 meter doublet fed with 450. And then I built a balance line tuner and made my own 600 ohm open wire feeders, and that antenna works fantastic on 160.
I haven't put anything up down there. I've got the real estate around here to do it, but I haven't really messed with that band.
Well, I've been getting on there on AM, as I ran into some good guys, the AMers, you know. And then I bought one of them K7 DYY Class D rigs. Puts out full legal limit AM, and the radio weighs 9 pounds. So I've been having fun with that, adding audio processing and EQ and all that stuff. That thing, man, I sound like an AM broadcast station.
Well, some of those guys definitely do. They really get it. I mean, you know, there was one guy down there for years that was trying to be a radio station, doing some type of amateur radio show every day.
Yeah, I'm not that, you know. I just get in there and BS with my friends just like I do here, but they're just a little bit further away, and the signals are certainly bigger, you know. We give each other, 20, 30, 40, 50 dB over 9, depending on the band.
I tell you what, that's a noisy band in the summer, though. Like, that band gets so noisy, I get tired of listening to it in the summer.
Well, we use it all year long. And if it's a noisy night with lots of thunderstorms, we just skip it. But we usually hit it on nights more often than not that's very usable. If the thunderstorms are more than 400 or 500 miles out, it's pretty good. But maybe you got more thunderstorms down your way regular than we get up here.
I think I do. I'm probably here in the Caribbean, and I'm hearing all up down the coast. I mean, it's really noisy here in the summer.
Yeah, I imagine it is probably noisier. I mean, we have our noisy nights, but there's plenty of good nights too during the summer. So it's like, we play it as it goes. If it's really noisy, nobody bothers. But if there's just a little bit of crash now and again, we get in there.
See, 69, North Carolina, trying right there. Good night, guys. Night Ranger around North Carolina.
Yeah, all right there, Night Ranger. Good timing. I'm getting ready to get out of here myself. Your signal's dropping and the down getters are gaining, so good time to call it a night. Glad to catch up with you there, Night Ranger. Hopefully it won't be too long before you get able to pop in here again. 7-3, good night. 441 is Spitfire on this antique flea market junk.
All right, bud, have a good one. 69 around the Carolina when we get up.
I heard them better on vertical now. I lost them on my horizontal and went to my vertical and I heard them again. Crazy.
And I've been hanging out on the horizontal PDL, and that seems to be the best during the end there. When he said I was 15 over, I was in the horizontal.
Yeah. Sometimes he would peak up there, and I had both receive amps on too, so I wasn't hearing him real great. But sometimes with both receive amps on there, he would peak up to about an S7, S8, then it would drop right back down into the noise, you know. So I came back to the vertical, and I started hearing him A-OK. Not a big signal, but I can make out what he was saying.
Yeah, I seem to be holding them the best on the horizontal. And there was a couple times he reached near S9, S8, S9, and held that for a bit. It was pretty good. But then of course, things change as they do. Anyway, I am going to get out of here. It's a school night and all that. Video Gate will be uploaded sometime tomorrow morning. And thanks for popping in and keeping Classic Radio Roundup rolling along. Countywide radio, going that way. 7-3 all.
Catch you later there, Petey. Good night there, Bagger. Didn't get to say threes to you, but anyway, catch you all later. Take care. Oh, JR, we go.